Hey everybody, welcome to VR Master League. Here on Channel 1, it's Tuesday, and today, well actually I think for Pam might be Wednesday. Either way, you got Palidore, you got PAMWOW, and you've got this cast about to start between M4M and Fighting Entropy. PAMWOW, what's up?
Oh, I'm doing great. Indeed, it is Wednesday for me, and awfully glad to see everybody in the chat there stopping by already. Everybody making their bets. A lot of people rooting for both teams here, so great to see. Actually, now that I see the bet tallies up now, it's about 750 to 11.97k respectively there. So, with that said, I mean, a lot of people rooting for, I believe, M4M in this situation. If I'm reading that, no, it is actually for Fighting Entropy. Good thing I double checked that. Anyway,
Well,
anyway,
the thing is, it's only one bet for Fighting Entropy to 6 so far, but the majority of the points in the pool are going Fighting Entropy's way. So 11.9k going Fighting Entropy so far, 1k. So it's kind of I don't know, quality versus quantity perhaps. I'm not quite sure, but it is definitely a mismatch there. And bet's about to end.
Haha, get the bets in, ladies and gentlemen, because we've got about 10 seconds or so left on that one before that's sealed away and the match is underway. But yeah, just waiting on one member of M4M to join us up here. But regardless, Fighting Entropy heading up against M4M this evening. I believe it is the afternoon for you guys there in the North American region as well. But for this evening, yeah, M4M heading up against Fighting Entropy. I nearly said fishing. I've done that as well earlier. Anyway, these two teams heading up against each other, and they've done reasonably well within this season, both with them positive win rates. So definitely an interesting clash of these two teams here.
Yeah, for M4M's side, they're sitting in Silver Division currently with 1180 rounded MMR, 7-4 record, and their full roster of Ducknub, Gnostic Warrior, Legit Hops, Brainbot, Baby True, and Scoot in Poot. Oh, that is a great name. That reminds me of when I had a dog. Anyway, Fighting Entropy over on the other side. Here, orange team, they got the gold MMR, gold division and MMR of 1180 rounded. Their full roster being Dark Crow, Twisted, TWD, Josh, so Twisted The Walking Dead Josh. A little bit of zombie action here, perhaps. We got Conway Buggy, we've got Daz, Connor, 4, Oriel, and Teddy Bear. So that's the full roster, of course. A lot of these teams in the league, especially I've noticed the quest teams or rookie and sophomore teams, a lot of them got that full 5 or 6 person roster.
And also just quickly in the chat there, when you place the bet, I believe you specifically click on the team's name that you believe is going to win. So I'm not sure if rotating the team names around would have done anything in terms of making your decision there, Barstar. But you know what? If it actually is a thing that I'm just not aware of, then maybe you have to look into it and get a refund on that bet. But you never know, maybe the team you chose might be winning. That's the great fun of it. Hey, let's take your money. Anyway, getting into this game relatively soon, both teams readying up. We got Fighting Entropy and M4M. So, hopefully a good game, and hopefully your bet isn't lost in vain.
Well,
now he's upset.
Here,
he's upset.
we have a minute. Now, first I'll preface this with saying, you got to read. Because technically the teams were on the wrong side, you see, so I'm going to pass off the blame. By default, they were on the right side according to the website. So if anyone's to blame, go fight Entropy. But
Entropy.
All right, here. Being that we haven't started yet, and we don't have 4 players, I will take partial blame. I could reset this since there's been no scores yet. So you know what? You get a second chance. You get a second chance.
Palidore, first rule of the book: we're never wrong. That's the main thing. Never apologize. We're never wrong.
Oh yeah, true. I said I take part of the blame, but being that we haven't actually started yet, I don't see a reason why I can't redo this a little bit. So that's fine. That's fine. I don't want anyone filing any complaints. Then you'd have to speak to my manager, which is to say usually me. So then I have to fire myself, and then Skinny would have to take over, and then it just would not be a good situation. But that said, all right, a second vote. You got 2 minutes, and I know there's some people who were asking how to do it and we're missing out. So look, you got a second chance. Chat window at the very top. You should see a thing go up right about and now. But make sure you read before you vote, huh? All right, there you go.
Yeah, I mean, regardless, I feel like I couldn't even tell which of these teams are going to come out on top today, because I mean, both of them have been just giving it their all in all these previous matches, and it's definitely an interesting match in general to see. heading over relatively soon. So yeah, I mean, gamble responsibly, gamble wisely. I mean, I personally can't tell who's going to be coming up on top today.
Yeah, and I mean, these teams, checking out some of their recent matches for M4M, I mean, they've been on a three-game win streak here. They dropped a couple in a row before that, and then won 3 in a row before that. So kind of these tides just going in, going out. They've got, seeing how they start this week, because it's just basically been, lose 2, win 3, lose 2, win 3. So hopefully that trend for M4M doesn't continue today, because otherwise trends would say that would be a loss. But I'm not a superstitious one, so I think maybe they'll break that trend. We shall see. Entropy, on the other hand, a little bit opposite to that. They've lost one, then they won one, lost one, won a couple, lost one, won a few. So they're all over the place here. But hey, nice records for both teams on either side. So still yet,
yeah,
could
and
be
also
fun.
we got a threat message in the chat there. We have to hydrate, apparently, coming there from six for Thom. And yeah, along with the redemption, we also have Caster's Drink. This is a threat. And yeah, so with that said,
Okay, well, gotta appease the
you very
people. I'm gonna crush this Orange Crush right now. There you go.
do it. All right, cool.
Orange, you're glad I did. Yeah. Thank you, 6 Fathom.
Whoever redeemed that, you brought that upon yourself. Anyway,
True.
yeah. So, can you say hi to me? That will make my day, please. Sorry, that's not going to happen, RGB Fishman. No one will be saying hello to you this evening. Have a good day.
Mate.
Let's get it from Wolverine. Yeah, I'm waiting for this one to start up. I'm getting very excited, but by the second here, just waiting on M4M, I believe. Just maybe possibly just a slight technical issue or something along the lines of that. But yeah, let's get it. Excitement in the chat. Very excited to see this match happening, hopefully soon. And yeah.
Yeah.
The MMR is the exact same from Poppy, which is what we covered a bit earlier. Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm so excited with this game. I can't tell. I couldn't possibly place a bet on which team's coming out on top today. Like, it's such a relatively close game. Both teams have been playing well within the season. A great game indeed is awaiting for us.
Yeah, and following this one as well, I mean, we have planned, as we do get a fourth here, and look, it's the one and only Scootin' Poot, so now I get to say that for the next 20 to 30 minutes. But with that, we do have another match as well after this, which shall be Gravity Busters versus Vivid. And following that, again, according to schedule, we should also have Trash Pandas versus Forecast to kind of wind it up. You got 3 in a row coming up for you. And now, the first Ready's up, so heads up, 7 up, 0 points on the board. That is a save for each. Let's get it going, guys. Abchu, Newton Dad, Bart Star, 6 Fathom, Teddy Bear, Poppy Fan. I'm fans of all of you, as well as not RPG, but RGP. Man, that really messes with my dyslexia. Not that I have it, but you're kind of making me feel like I do. In any case, round 1 off and underway.
And that will be M4M finding that initial headbutt there with the disc. However, fighting Entropy, recovering that disc and attempting to send it through that midsection. A bounce making its way back towards Daz. Daz clearing it through that midsection. A bounce off the double diamond. The regrabs will be their first from Team M4M. And now Ducknub with the disc, looking to possibly send it towards the left side here through the midsection. The follow-up won't be there because it will be fighting Entropy with the disc in the end. Daz sending it over through that right section, and the follow-ups are there with the regrabs. Can they find it first? Indeed they will. Daz now outside the bubble, does have his teammate off the left. It will be Dark Crow off the shield, finding those first 2 points of the round.
And good pass as well, just to find it. Nice fundamental plays. Daz to Dark Crow. And just about a minute in, just a couple exchanges of possession, but yeah, once they got control, well, they found the right play. And shout out real quick as well to Ignite, you might see there in the overlays. You also probably saw second part of last week, but got those caster profiles, and can see PAMWOW's picture there, wielding himself a lightsaber apparently. So, you know, I didn't force him to be here today, but he definitely is using the force on the cast, as Brainbot sends it over to Legit Hops and right back on this nice crossover as they move up the floor.
I'm glad that you're not trying to get on my dark side there, Palidore. Trying to really make me shine there as well. I see Brainbot now off the roof. Does have the disc looking to respond to M4M, sending it over to the right. I believe was going for that pass, possibly to the nest. A bit of an overshot there towards the left. However, still attempting to recover it there. The slap in the end coming from Fighting Entropy, looking to follow up on it. And it will be Conway. He did go with the block initially. Felt some pressure on him coming from M4M, and that pressure indeed is there from Brainbot now with the disc, recovering it, sending it back, resetting it towards that double diamond section from the right tunnel. And now it will be DocNub sending it right back towards his teammate, and I'm liking these passes coming from Team M4M here. Now sending it right back towards the left. These 1-2s are unstoppable, as well as that stun and the shot coming from DocNub. And yeah, great play overall from M4M. Those passes were insane.
Yeah, nice work for sure. You saw that in the initial move up the floor, then they got back control, slowed it down, and well, as you saw, went to town on the goal there with the goalie really bothered at the moment. The Twitch chat, they're getting all hot and bothered in there. It's a party. Yeah, exactly. Got, what, almost 60 viewers in here in this first streams of week 5. Glad to have you here as Brainbot sends it to the bubble, and legit Hops trying to get there quickly, but instead a clear to the trap, which bounces right back, actually. So a little bit of craziness as will be Daz the recovery.
Yep, and now M4M looking to pressure that possession that Fighting Entropy have gathered there. And the regrab's following up on that straight disc, sending it over towards the nest. A lightning fast shot, but the save coming from Daz, sending it out through that midsection towards his teammate Conway. Now sending it through that midsection to follow up. The regrabs are there. Great play there from Fighting Entropy. From saves to clears to follow-ups with those regrabs. And now taking the lead within this round by a point.
Smooth right insane. This front row resetting weekly is lame, Pally. I know. I'd rather have it last longer, but it's supposed to come soon in a patch from the extension devs. But in the meantime, think of it this way. You know, it resets every 5 days. It only costs $1 to get on the board. So for $1 a week, you can feed a Palidore. Think of it like that. With that, legit Hops with a disc here, whirling it up the floor. The goalie really bothered, but nice snag, actually, and stun from Twisted.
And M4M doing very well in terms of trying to grab that disc and send it back, reset it. The pressure there from Fighting Entropy, though, forcing that pass to the left, and that pass going to be left astray for a few seconds. However, Brainbot found the disc in the end, found the pass to the nest. Unfortunately, unable to execute that point. However, they do find the rebound, looking to send it in. The crossbar off the left side, and wasn't able to find it immediately. The ding gonna send that disc off towards the left, and now Fighting Entropy looking to respond here. Also noted in the chat, does Palidore do that TikTok dance? Search Palidore in the gift section on Discord and you will not be disappointed, my friend. Regardless,
the one and only time.
And now Conway Buggy with the disc, looking to send it towards that trench section, giving Tarkor a bit of space there. He went for the shot, but legit hop in towards those goals there and found that save and the pass towards Duck.
Yeah, really great stuff there as that shot is going to go deep, a little too far to the right, so it's going to be recovered by Conway Buggy. And Conway moving up. Now, no one in the area, so they're just going to space out. Again, important thing is, FaZe is a little bit in and out of existence, looking like something out of Star Wars there, Pam, but nonetheless, it will be Dark Crow with a disc. It's Australia, always, it's always though. Only when Pam is in the cast with me do we get those issues, so it must be an Australian thing. But Dark Crow backing it out to the bow tie here.
Someone needs to clip it when Palidore's just like, oh, Australia, and I'm just gonna clip that and keep it for all situations when it's needed. Anyway, Conway Buggy with the disc, sending it over to Twisted and turning on the roof, but the save there from Duck, and the saves this game have been phenomenal from both teams here. M4M trying to send it out through their region. However, it will be Fighting Entropy with the disc getting stolen off it from Brainbot, and now sending it through that midsection. I'm loving the saves actually coming from both teams, and the pressure indeed is coming from both sides. It's forcing the hands of both teams here, so it's definitely great to see all this pressure paying off as Brainbot now trying to find a shot there, but getting stolen from Daz, who came out of nowhere and sending that disc through the mid.
Yeah, everyone now trying to jostle for position, get that disc back first here, back into the tunnel now. It's going to be snagged by, well, I'm not even sure. So many players in there. 4 for blue. The orange player is kind of in the back and front of the tunnel. That open goal may be about to be conceded. It takes kind of a rough ding and bounce and will be eventually grabbed by Duck with some time, but then back into the trench where it's picked back by Dark. So only a 1-point differential here as they pass it deep into the blue zone. A very competitive game so far, Pam, and they're going to try and make this score happen to maybe take a bigger advantage. Will be 2 passes, but just missing as well. So the stability, the search for stability continues.
Yeah, I mean, just as you said, a close round. Still anybody's round here as Fighting Entropy now looking to find a few more points to kind of seal away this round with 3 minutes 30 left on the clock, sending it towards that bubble. It will be
Oh,
twisted, but the save coming there from Brainbot. The saves, I'm telling you, Palidore, they've been insane. And now the follow-up, M4M looking to send it towards his teammate there in the bubble. It will be Brainbot taking a bit of a time there to find the
oh.
correct angle, but the momentum kind of making it an awkward angle, in fact. And now they still are able to find that reset and now looking to find yet another shot on goal there. However, that disc had a few awkward bounces there. They will find the recovery. There will be Brainbot now with the disc off Pac-Man. Has a few teammates set up on the right shoulder and on the nest. However, some cover is making its way there from Fighting Entropy. Does have that teammate on the right shoulder. Micro for the pass. Found the block. Looking to take it all the way. Brainbot, are you kidding me?
That is big brain bot right there. Not super patient, was trying to wait for the teammates to kind of space, maybe win some brawls, but then when the defense finally approached, just nice and calm. Gonna shield the forehead, and then they'll go ahead by 1. That was a nice series of moves.
The art of just stunning and blocking that contributes to this game, Echo, it's just insane. And the amount of things you can do in this game is just, I love to see it. So plays like that, when you take it all the way in and you know what, I'm the one-man army, I'm just going to find the block, I'm going to find the shot. It's beautiful. It's an art form. And now what else is an art form is Fighting Entropy with this pressure they've created here with 2 minutes left on the clock. They are down a point, so they need to find a few more points indeed to their name. The regrabs are on their way from M4M. However, that disc trading very, very dangerously there, right outside the goals there. However, Fighting Entropy finding that disc in the end and sending it out.
All right, now stacks from each team getting a little bit dispersed there, splitting off. It's a 2-on-2 in the goal. They've got the pass, they've got the twist, and there's the assist from Dark Crow to put them up by 1. Now back for Entropy, and they are indeed fighting at the deep ends of this round.
That angle, I don't know how much he had to twist his neck for that one, but if he found it in the end, and 2 points, definitely going to help them out in this situation. A 1-point lead now for Fighting Entropy. 1 minute 20 on the clock. M4M do have that joust advantage. Can they make use of it? Possibly find a score within maybe 15 seconds left on the clock if they can time it, or if they can find 3 points, that can definitely help them. But points in any case will help them. Legit hops, finding that pass in the bubble. Brilliant pass there.
Yeah, the pass was perfectly on point to get them, again, the points to put them back up by a point. The last couple of minutes has been just that. It's been back and forth. One team scoring, the other one reacting, coming back and scoring, putting them ahead by 1 again. So coming down to the last minute, potentially last joust here. I mean, again, any save, any scores, whatever happens in these plays are effectively round winners. It's crunch time.
And now Fighting Entropy with 35 seconds left on the clock. They can still find the round here. Dark Crow sending it over to the right. Paul, it will be Daz recovering and sending that disc right back to Pac-Man. Now Twisted sending it over to the left shoulder. Went for the anchor shot, but Darknub was on it. And Darknub sent it through that right tunnel. That clear might just win them the round here. That save might just win them the round here. They're looking to seal it in with these regrabs. 18 seconds left on the clock. The regrabs are coming back there from Fighting Entropy. Will it be in time? They went for the shot there. M4M, the bounce, the clear. I don't think it will be enough. And it will be Ducknub sending it over to the shield. And the final point of the round going to Scoot and Poot, putting them those 2 points in, taking the 3-point lead, 6-9.
And go figure, it takes, until after minutes of just back and forth, 1 point lead, finally getting a couple goals strung in a row. Credit to some great defense, of course. And that was a very fun way to start this Tuesday night / Wednesday morning, or what time is it for you there, by the way?
It's just passing the afternoon, so 12:21 p.m. at the moment for me, so afternoon.
All right, well, with that, whether it's night or afternoon, you tuned in for a good one, a good string of ones. So, a fun way to start here, Pam.
Yeah, and definitely Bart's happy with that. Let's go, baby! In the chat, definitely happy with that vet change, we can tell. So M4M taking away that first round here, but if history repeats itself, I mean, the first round definitely showed us how even this game is, and this is exactly what I was saying. I can't tell which team is going to come out on top this today. Like, both teams have been just giving it their all. The pressure is insane. The passes are insane, and also, man, those saves have been insane. I mean, coming from Ducknub, especially Brainbot, I mean, I feel like they've just had the highlights in some circumstances just because they've come in so clutch. But I mean, all members have definitely found their fair share of saves. You can say actually each member of Fighting Entropy have found a save within the first round. So with that said, looking to see a few more heading into the second. Fighting Entropy looking to take it back.
All right, and thank you for the hydration there, Vacant Ace. Glad to have you here in Twitch chat, and glad to have the drink as well. 6 Fathom saying it's literally 6 p.m. It's 6, couldn't fathom it, but right here they're going to be grabbing it. It's taken by Crow, but out by the Brain Boy, and Brain Bot sending it over to the Bubble. It's Bubble Boy? Maybe not, but they will deploy it back to the orange lane and trying to maybe get this first goal to go off of that really cracking stack. Here we go.
Yeah, well, I mean, the follow-ups are there. M4M, unfortunately, unable to quickly send that disc towards the bubble, getting bounced off that shield there. However, they will find the rebound in the end. It will be DocNub sending it over towards the right to BrainBot. BrainBot now has some members in the bubble, and they had 2 members floating right towards that goal there. There's only so much you can do as a goalkeeper. So many members flying towards you, and eventually finding the pass towards legit Hops, sending that disc into the goal for 2.
That was some beautiful passing. We saw some of those plays certainly in the last round and carrying it right over here into the second round with a Twisted Josh over on the launch. Gonna try and send it kind of a rugged clear, eventually collected. Now a tap pass over. Will hit Dark Crow pretty nicely. Now over to the bottom of the floor. Daz couldn't get it past the legit hop defender. And they are hopping and rocking and stacking and chaining. And let's see, they get the shot. They'll have some time. They'll have some time to get that through. Not that much time as they go up by 4.
That save was legit. And BrainBot did his bit with those 2 points there. And now with 8 minutes 25 on the clock, still anybody's round, but M4M definitely carrying that momentum from the first round into the second here. Fighting Entropy with the Joust advantage here. The regrabs coming from M4M, lightning speed there, pressuring that pass towards the right. However, Fighting Entropy still able to maintain that possession there, and you will be Conway sending it over towards the bottom right there, close to the trench, sending it towards that bubble. The rebound might make its way into the hands of Fighting Entropy. The struggle for the disc, it will be Daz finding the disc in the end, clearing it towards that right side. Dark Crow now has a few teammates, went for that pass towards the left, maybe a slight miscommunication, maybe it was the pressure coming there from M4M. Regardless, they do find it still in the end, and it will be Twisted, resending it towards the bow tie there. Dark Crow now does have a few members inside the bubble, sending it towards the right side. Did find a teammate, however, the bounce was just slightly underneath the teammate there, so still gonna find that rebound. And if they can keep the pressure here, they can definitely find some shots on target here, potentially some points. It will be off the backboard. Twisted Josh finally finding those 2 points there after an endless onslaught of shots on target, and finally, yeah, taking away 2 points and trying to catch right back up to M4M. Still 7 minutes 12 on the clock.
And there were some nice dives out too from legit Hops to deny the first backboard attempt. That was kind of one of the themes over the weekend, was pointing out a lot of some teams with great success taking advantage of those backboard plays. If anyone was tuned in for that Wrath versus a Luma Duty match, that was fantastic, but there was a lot of definitely that from Luma Duty to pull them ahead after the 3 rounds in that master tier. And with that take back from Dark Crow, gonna send it over to that Echo logo, but taken back by Brain. 2-point game, sending it through that tunnel and weaving it past a couple defenders as the stacks make their way back into the zone, as well as the blue, now blue team that is to say, trying to get offense for M4M. For M. And M.
M&M's. Anyway, legit Hops now with the disc, sending it over to BrainBot. BrainBot went for that shot. It will eventually find its way. It was close on target. The rebound off the backboard nearly made its way in, but the save coming there from Fighting Entropy, and now looking for that follow-up. The regrabs are there from M4M first. However, it will be Fighting Entropy finding that disc, now sending it towards that right section. The pass will work for them. Oh my lord, that shot was so close, dinging off the left side of the post. Now sending it right back towards Dark Crow, looking for another shot. He's going left, he's going right, but you can't tell which way that shot will be making its way inside the post there. I mean, the regrabs are there from M4M, so they will find the advantage in this situation. But Fighting Entropy, like, they've done so well in terms of, like, finding that pressure on the goals there and just trying to nail that disc in and feeding it back to their offensive players. But just, unfortunately, finding those dings there on the goals. So it will be M4M taking yet another few points on the board there and taking a stronger lead within this round.
Yeah, and quick to the Twitch chat. Someone asking about the bots. Mimsy there. Yeah, the bots, the stat pullers are Ignite as they will light it up for Duck. Not a roasted Duck, but they will be up by 8-2. And definitely starting to feel some of that rhythm. I mean, again, they are causing turnovers. They're getting back to the disc rather quickly. A couple of these goals, last 2 in a row at least, I mean, they're breakaways where it's just, they cause a turnover, they find their stacks a little bit faster, and they get to essentially an open goal.
Yeah, I mean, regrabs can definitely come in handy, especially in this game, Echo. I mean, just when you catch that disc when it's been left astray for a few seconds, those seconds are all you need to just find that counter attack and find those points, because eventually those points pile up and you find them rounds. So now Dark Crow looking to take back a few rounds, finding those 2 points, and now taking the score gap back down a notch, 4 points, differentiating these two teams. M4M now with a just advantage.
Yeah, Dark Crow, man. I'm only 14 meters a second, it says, but that thing came out looking pretty hot. I mean, that fling put a lot of oomph into it, and still, yeah, cutting it back to just a 4-point differential with 4 minutes left in round 2. The first round being taken 9-6 in what was a very closely contested one, but taken ultimately by M4M, and with a turnover here, well, maybe a chance actually to bring it back to a 2 or even 1 point game if they can find their stacks. But as has been the case, the stack was quicker for M4M, but overshooting will enable this goal, perhaps with a handoff play. Twisted, but couldn't get the hit, unfortunately. Otherwise, really nice job to get back into the front line and find some of those passes.
Yeah, unfortunately, unable to execute that final moment there. However, the pass was there, and the rebound is there. The retake of those points is there from Dark Crow, putting in work in that offensive region there and finding quite a few points for themselves on the board here. I mean, 2 points now separating these two teams here, and it's almost close to mirroring the first round here in terms of how close it is becoming. I mean, M4M definitely did take away that momentum in the first round, but fighting Entropy, definitely fighting their way back within this second round.
Oh yeah, for sure. And also shout out again, Smooth. I'm not sure I said Smooth right enough for rejoining the Feed Palidore Club for a week. So thank you for that earlier. The front row fans, of course. And with that, up top to the Hops. And Hops on the step. But Brain gets ahead. And they push themselves up by 4 yet again. 2:40 remaining in round 2.
Yeah, I mean, such a close game in general, and something that I've noticed here coming from Team M4M, we saw it previously, not in this play in particular, but earlier. I mean, I feel like M4M, they've had a lot of situations where they've re-grabbed and they've had that ability to quickly execute a few points there, but it's just, I feel like they went for a few passes and they went for, like, quickly, because I feel like they felt there was definitely some pressure coming on them from fighting Entropy, but they had quite a lot of time there to themselves to kind of keep everything. Oh my lord, legit Hops just slamming that disc in. But as I was saying, yeah, they've had a lot of situations where unfortunately just I feel like a rushed pass just ends up bouncing off either the shield, the nest, where regardless it bounces off and it just works against them. So if there's anything that I feel like it kind of contributes towards fighting Entropy as well. I mean, they've had their own situations as well where they've been in the bubble and unfortunately unable to find that pass. So I feel like it contributes to both teams in this situation in terms of looking for any areas of improvement. But that shot, unfortunately, dinging right off the bottom side of the post there. And the pressure here coming from M4M, the steals coming from both teams. It will be M4M in the end. Even it will be, I believe, the pass going over towards both members here. M4M, but passes in the bubble. Scoot Newt finding eventually those 2 points.
Nice passing. You know what they are finding on M4M? There's stacks. I mean, that passing was phenomenal. But also, they are just quickly starting to pull away purely because of this speed on these defensive jousts for Entropy. I mean, let's see what happens here again. They've not, you can see there, they're not being given a ton of time whatsoever. They do actually manage to get it through this time, but again, some boosted players are going to be able to collect, so certainly finding their groove, and 14-6 with less than a minute, looking to take this away in 2.
Yeah, I mean, M4M are completely, like, turning around that wordplay on Joust advantage. It's just a joust now for Team Fighting Entropy. I mean, those regrabs are just completely kind of disrupting those passes coming there from Fighting Entropy as soon as they have that disc there. And just as we say that, now the regrab's just immediately there to intercept that straight disc. Now from the backboard, went for the backboard slam into the post. However, So dinging off there, and now it will be M4M yet again. 23 seconds left on the clock, so it does look, in fact, that M4M might be taking away this game here. They have found the first, and now potentially taking away their second here. 15 seconds left on the clock. The regrabs are there. The steal, however, Twisted, not letting go just that easily. Went for the shot. A few awkward bounces. He will be fighting, looking for the send-off, but he will be M4M with the intercept in the end, sending it through the mid-section and taking away the second round. M4M will be your victors.
And in the end for end, indeed, 14-6. A very impressive round for them. They started again. They turned on turbo. It seemed like in this match, and they caused a whole lot of discord for the rest of the players on the floor. Just the same as Abchu in there on Smooth Riding. Man, that's rough riding for Smooth Riding. Abchu woke up in Abchu's violence today. That said, I'll put us over to the stats screen and give us a read at that. We do have another match, so I'm going to try and kind of get that. So I'm going to rely on you here, Pam.
All good here. And yeah, I mean, I did take a note here earlier in the match that, I mean, the saves have been on point here. I mean, Fighting Entropy, each member of their team within the first round found a save, but M4M as well. I mean, there were so many clutch saves coming from all their members there. It's just hard to keep count here, but I will try to keep count of all these points coming in here from Fighting Entropy, Dark Crow, 8 of those, and Twisted finding 4. The assists as well. I mean, the passes we saw coming from both teams here in the bubble, so that was amazing to see. Not surprised to see every member with an assist to their name there. And I mean, Fighting Entropy as well. I mean, said it earlier, the saves coming across the board there. Daz does have 2 of those. The rest have found themselves 1 as well. And now the stuns as well. I mean, I feel like if anything's been proven here within this game, it's that both teams have definitely shown how each player has contributed to this game, and they've both just been on the disc and just, yeah, I mean, a lot of great stuff coming from all players here in this game. Now, meanwhile, M4M, your victors, 8 points to Brainbot. Duck found 5 of those, 6 to Legit and 4 to Scoot. And as well as assists coming across the board there. I mean, yeah, I mean, it just goes to show, I mean, if you've got all that teamwork just contributing towards your gameplay, I mean, it will result in a lot of points heading towards your side there. So with that said, yeah, M4M have definitely done insane in this game, and as well as Fighting Entropy, but just M4M coming out on top there with those passes, those points, those regrabs, as you stated earlier, Palidore. Yeah, I mean, they were insane. Just that pressure that they created there, M4M, was definitely great to see. So yeah, a great game indeed, and I hope everyone in the chat enjoyed. We have a game coming up to you soon, but yeah,
right away.
That might be
right away, which is to say, I am in the server now.
Ah, okay, that's good. That's good to know. I took my time with those stats. My bad.
No, yeah, that's fine. That was very impressive, actually. But with that said, we're gonna take a very, very quick intermission and be right back with your next match, which is to say gonna be Gravity Busters versus Vivid. So stay tuned. All right, everybody. Hello, hello. Welcome back to the stream. I will indeed hydrate, by the way. Thank you, Base. That said, another match here. Gonna be good. Maybe even ace. On the casting booth, you got Palidore. That's me. We got PAMWOW. That's him. And DocEducation also joining us for the sidelines here for this stream. So, yeah, welcome, guys, and welcome, Twitch chat. We've got Gravity Busters, and we've got Vivid coming up real soon.
And also potentially coming up real soon, those bets, and we had quite a few interesting games coming up earlier today. I mean, M4M and Fighting Entropy. I still can't believe anyone was daring to place a bet for that match. I could not tell who was coming out on top there, but M4M taking the lead there, and a lot of happy chaps in the chat there. So, with that said, yeah, I mean, we have Gravity and Vivid heading up against each other relatively soon here. So with that said, I mean, we also have DocEducation, the analysis here, who will be joining us. And yeah, I need to remember to hand it off to him within those round breaks, because I've had one, I believe, one game of having the pleasure of being able to hand it off to Doctor there. So I need to get used to it.
Yeah. Well, on that note too, Doc, not to take you off guard, because I know it's not between rounds technically, but how's it going? What's up?
Awesome. Yeah. My first stream tonight, so taking a look at both of these teams. Looks like we got a couple of bronze division teams. I always love seeing kind of the up and comers, the teams that are learning and improving. So yeah, super excited about these guys. None of the names. I think I've played with Terp Wizard before, but most of these other people seem kind of new to me. So very excited to get to know their playstyle.
Yeah, and for you guys in the chat, again, you can go to the chat window, the very top there. The channel points predictions, the betting is up now for the next minute and a half or so you can always engage in that. Of course, our new channel point rewards that you might see there in the bottom left of the chat window for you guys. You just earn those, of course, through watching the stream, and subs do earn roughly double as far as I am aware. And yeah, you can get some highlighted messages in there, shout out the casters, rather have them read some shout outs if you want them. You can play some word games. You can even get some custom stream stickers, become a VIP in the Twitch chat, which is to say you get a special badge, or you could even get your match casted, guaranteed, or at least an upcoming match guaranteed. You know, we'll work with you. You guys redeem that and DM us, and yeah, we will make sure that one of your soon coming matches do get casted. So you got a lot of reasons to be collecting those points now these days.
You can even drown the casters for 200 bits. I mean, it's great. I mean, that's a great deal for me. 200 to get them to hydrate.
Well, let me correct you, because you used to be able to.
You can't talk now. We're gonna hydrate redemption. See you later.
you used to be able to. The thing is, now it's on a time limit. Before it wasn't on a time limit, and you know, our old casting team, you know, rest their souls, they're good people, but they just could not handle the waterboarding from the Twitch chat, so we had to kind of put a limit on it. They're still fine. They're alive and well. It's just they quit. But anyway, with that, we got the full 4 players on both teams, so we're ready to start here pretty soon.
Yep, and taking a look at these two teams' match history as well. I mean, both teams, as well as the previous 2 teams as well, M4M and Fighting Entropy. I mean, both teams have been doing reasonably well within the season, so definitely will be an interesting game indeed to see here. And I'm not sure if the cooldown is only limited to one person, so you can't one-man spam it. But if everyone in the Twitch chat just gets together, puts in those 200, I'm not trying to jam. Never mind, I take it back. Don't do it. Oh my god, I had some leftover that hydrate just stuck in my throat for a second there. But that's all the more reason not to do it to me. So we're gonna be heading into this game now. Gravity Busters heading up against Vivid.
I was gonna say, maybe I just need to re-implement that temporary reward we had before, where it was a couple 100 points, make PAMWOW drink literally everything in his nearby vicinity. That said, though, Zimboy over to Epic. It would be pretty epic. But right here, real quick, it's taken by Acrylics, and Acrylics sending it through. Pam, I want you alive and well for this cast, trust me.
It's alright, it's alright. We're all live and well for this cast, and I saw a message in the chat as well earlier talking about haven't been watching VRML in a while. It's great to see you back. I mean, it's definitely a great experience to see overall. I mean, these games have been insane lately, so Glad to see everyone in the chat stopping by, and glad to see Acrylic with the disc getting intercepted there, and now Vivid sending that disc through the midsection. The regrabs are getting interrupted there for the earlier two members. However, it will be Gravity Busters in the end finding that disc. However, will it work for them? Sending it through the mailbox, the rebound off the backboard, the stun, trying to find the disc. It will be Zoom Boy eventually grabbing that disc right off the palms of Gravity Busters and sending it in the goals there.
And true to his name, zoom, 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 made that head go boom, boom. Now tell me, if anyone actually understands that reference, first of all, that exposes my boomerism, or boomosity. But I mean, if anyone actually gets that, let me know in chat. Without Googling it. Anyway, to the sidewall. It's going to be picked up here with 8.5 minutes left. Is that what? Don't spoil it, though.
It's alright, I won't say it. Oh my lord, that shot off the bottom of the post there. And you could say he might have been attempting to send that one to the moon. I don't know. Sending that disc over towards Sonic Base. I mean, there was this one song or show, I believe, like Zoom, Zoom, Zoom would go into the moon or something along the lines of that. I'm not sure if that's what you're referring to.
That disc almost went zoom, zoom into the goal.
This was completely okay. You know what? I am a zoomer. Anyway, we are heading with we still only 2 points to the board here. Vivid have taken the lead within the first 2 minutes of the round. Yet a response here to be coming on the board from Gravity Busters, and it will be Vivid with the disc. Ooh. Oh my lord, Epic with an epic toss there from 28 meters out. What a shot there.
Man, that shot was so money, it's now sold in the Epic store. That was great. Abchu, you're very correct. Abchu got it.
But just like the Epic store, it was free to watch. And you know what? Just like most of the games that they've been releasing. Well, if you know what, we're not sponsored. Anyway, it will be Gravity Busters now with the joust advantage. 7 minutes 20 on the clock here. Looking to respond. 5 points is the difference to these two teams here. Now, Alex with the disc, sending it towards the left. A bit of an underpass there. The bounce might make its way back into the hands of Gravity Busters. A struggle for the disc. It will be Vivid in the end. Sonic Base slapping that disc towards the left. However, Light Ninja sneaking his way on the bottom of the floor. They're now sending it towards the right side of the bubble. I believe he might have been going for a rebound pass. Not sure what it was. Off the roof. Oh. The shot, the tight angle. Unfortunately, unable to find that shot. The steal coming there from Sonic and sending that disc out lightning fast. However, will it work for them in the end? It will be Epic with the disc in the end, and now looking to follow up on it.
Yeah, these guys are getting together on the stacks and the booth really well. So far, we're seeing from Vivid. They're trying to link up here, not giving a lot of time on the side of Gravity Busters to get anything going. It will be Lights trying to take that, but getting stunned. The Lights knocked out. So we'll be up again. Another big brawl piled up on the floor. You see a couple in the tunnel, but just trying to find a way. Now, the window was kind of there, but there were some goalies in the area. So doing the smart thing for Gravity as well. Gravity will lose a disc to Epic now on the crossover. And maybe some time to breathe, but no, again, just a lot of contests coming in with these passes, and the finish not quite there, but there was a good idea.
I don't know if there's something with the sound of 6 stuns happening at one time. Light Ninja did find the save, however, rebounding off and making its way inside the goals there. Vivid taking quite a strong lead here in this first round, but there's something about, like earlier, there was that cluster of just like 6 players. There's something about hearing those 6 stuns just like bam, 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 bam. There's something about hearing that just makes me smile, and I'm not sure if I need to take a test for being, I don't know, a weird, like a psychotic person. I don't know what's wrong with me, but that just makes me laugh.
Now you pass. Don't need to take it. Anyways, over here, Epic with a disc, and we'll be existing, doing just that and trying to make that point opportunity exist. That's going to go pretty close to the goal. Recovered here off that rebound. It's Acrylics, but Acrylics getting stunned, polished there by the Terp. And Terps trying to get through that mid lane. Clever little bounce, but will bounce off the bow tie. How professional, taken by Light now.
And now Light Ninja with the disc. Went for that clear through the mid section. An unfortunate bounce, and Vivid will find that slap in the end. However, Gravity Busters now looking to return it right through that midsection. I feel like it's just clear after clear with these two teams. Either it's the pressure that are forcing their hands here, or it's just attempting to find that clear and just get it out of their territory. Regardless, every time they do find that clear, it seems to work against them. So now they really need to prioritize where they're sending that disc after they get that possession. And now Light Ninja went for that play through the right tunnel, went for the send off, and however the bounce off the backboard not going to make its way in, but the rebound will. And Alex, I am sending that disc inside the goals there for 3 points, and now only 4 points separating these teams.
Yeah, Alex eyed it, just saw that lane briefly opened up. There wasn't much time because the defense was there and they were defending well. You saw the brawls, but after Disc eventually slid his way, well, just did the rest of the job and put them up by a few goals here. Well, a couple goals minimum, and we'll be back into the tunnel. About 3:40 left in this first round as Epic gets a snag and tries to send it to the other side where it just misses the hands of the teammate, Terp Wizard, and now getting stunned there and left in the Tarp Wizard as it goes back to the blue.
Yeah, I mean, even taking a look in the chat here with Gat saying clearing is definitely a skill, and I can 100% agree, and I can 100% emphasize that. I mean, you can have the best defense in the world on your team, but if you're going to keep clearing that disc right into the opponent, you're going to be having a lot more shots coming your way as Sonic puts a few more shots in that goal there. 2 points now heading over towards Vivid, 9-3 with 3 minutes left on the clock.
Man, good job to get down the floor and get that score, 9-3. And on the note of those clears, and I see people in the Twitch chat also talking about clearing and such. Fun fact, in 2017, Rad David N, you all know him, he said that I was one of the best clearers in the game. You jealous?
I need a clip. I don't believe it.
It's true. It was in a private one time. Lemming heard. May have been 3 years ago.
One time in a private, I promise. He said it. Yes, I said it.
One time in a private match 3 years ago when there were 10 teams in the league. But that said, I'll take everything I can get. Zoom Boy doing just the same as they take it back, and they're going to send it quickly over to Epic as Epic flings it down the tunnel. And with that, trying to get back first, they will have some success. Light is there. They do indeed have a backliner, acrylics for a reset if they need.
And is that Turf Wizard coming in the chat from Gilligan? I believe it is on Team Vivid, so he is a wizard, Harry, as Sonic Base grabs that disc and avoiding the members of Gravity Busters while making that shot off the shield, taking those 2 points and expanding that gap ever so more slightly. 2 points to Vivid. Now, it looks like Vivid might be taking away the first one.
Very skilled, very educated there. Just call him hooked on Sonics. Fast as well. That's at 11-3. I'm going to continue to make these 90s references. I'm sure they're over their heads. Does anyone even know what Hooked on Phonics was? But whatever. Zoom Boy here getting Mugsied. There's another one. It's going to go into the bubble. That's really close. Rebound, though. Acrylics. That was nice. Broke free. And they put themselves back within a few. So they still got some time. And if nothing else, they can still carry this over, as we always mentioned.
Now, like, every time you make that reference to any old show, I feel like I feel more younger. You make me feel younger, Palidore, and I'm grateful for that.
Well,
so
you know what? Tonight, we are young, and we're having some fun. But that said, Epic, the clear.
And now looking to follow up on it, it will be a struggle for the disc for a few moments there. However, it will be Zoom Boy sending it over towards the left. The pass not going to find it immediately. And now Alex sending it through that right tunnel. The follow-up will be there from Vivid first, I believe. The regrab's actually going to be neck and neck with both teams here. However, Vivid having a bit more of an accurate regrab, finding their way directly onto the disc now and looking to follow up on it here. They do have a few members here in the side of Gravity. However, the stun, the steal from exiting that disc through the right, exiting that disc through the right tunnel there. And the follow-up, however, might be there. An unfortunate grab for that disc there, grabbing onto the wall from Gravity Busters. And now Vivid taking that disc and looking to follow up themselves, 11-5. And I'm loving how Gravity Busters are looking to take away some momentum into the second round, not giving it up the disc. However, Vivid now looking to find a few more points here with 3 seconds left on the clock. I believe, however, it will be Vivid taking away the first round. The question is, can they find the second with the amount of fighting power Gravity Busters have demonstrated within those final few seconds?
Yeah, that is a question. Maybe DocEducation on the sidelines can answer or just give insight, on what happened in that match.
Yeah, Really great match especially for bronze. One thing I'm noticing is, yeah, the Vivid stack is coming together a little bit more quickly and staying together a little bit longer. So there are a lot of levels to getting good at regrabbing. It's kind of one of those skills that you can never really fully master. There's always these nuances, and for Gravity Busters, one of the things I'm seeing is when their stacks are together, they're doing pretty good. But I've definitely noticed a slight tendency to not always just not have that instinct be the first step to be backwards. You know, it's kind of a counterintuitive thing for those of you who are newer to Echo Arena, either watching or looking to play. You got to go backwards to go forward. Grab the guy behind you, and I've seen a little bit of that from Gravity Busters, where there'll be a player kind of going just 5 meters a second toward the disc. So let's see if they can move that instinct up a little bit, and I think they should have good luck in round 2.
All right, well, round 2 is indeed on the way. Thank you, DocEducation, for the education, and thank you, Twitch chat, for joining us here once more. I'm Palidore. This is PAMWOW. This is our second of 3 matches here in a row. As we launch off, and the quick boost there, gonna be retained by Existent, trying to fling it as it bounces the way of Acrylics.
Gravity would really appreciate finding these opening points in this second round to kind of cut off that momentum coming from Vivid within the first round. The regrabs will be there, coming there first. Oh my lord, that disc was going very close to the goals there, and just traveling off an awkward bounce there, nearly making its way inside the goals there. That was very close. I definitely did not tense up. I'm not. You didn't say anything. Anyway, it will be Gravity with the disc. I believe the stuns coming from Vivid. However, they're looking to recover this disc and looking to send that disc through the midsection. It will be Acrylics with the disc, juking on the floor and looking to send it out. However, a few unfortunate bounces making its way into the hands of Vivid. Now, Zoom Boy sending that disc through the left tunnel, and finally a clear for Vivid to potentially follow up on that bounce, making its way off the backboard. The follow-up will be there from Epic. However, he will be getting stunned out there, and the clear coming there from Acrylics, now looking to follow up on it.
All right, Terp taking it over and just avoiding Existent, trying to at least and find maybe a passing angle. Will had to squeeze that through a bunch of Geo, and now just trying to squeeze through is the defense. Alex I gets it back, but just sees Terp there. Terp right down! Oh, from 33 meters out! What a wizard! And that was indeed some magic.
I cannot believe what I just saw there. What an insane shot there coming from Terp Wizard. I mean, are there even words for it? I mean, we all saw it. I mean, I don't want to call it magic. I don't want to call it luck, but whatever it was a crazy shot indeed from Terp Wizard. And now, I mean, talk about trying to cut off momentum. Gravity Busters definitely need to find something now. Off the backboard, Acrylics sending back a message within a few within the first, I believe, 20 seconds of that round. So now, can they follow up on this Gravity Busters? If they can definitely cut off that hype coming there from Terp Wizard's insane shot. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's going to be stuck in my mind for a while.
Well, that was a good job too, though, to react for Gravity Busters. Just in 11 seconds flat, extended the full 80 meters. And look, they even caused a turnover here. So they're apparently not bothered whatsoever by what Terp did. They are just going to make some work into the goal. A good idea. Terp was stunned, but they just couldn't connect, unfortunately.
And now it will be Vivid quickly grabbing that disc, and it will bounce off the shield. They're very close to getting over that shield, in fact. However, the bounce making its way into the hands of Gravity Busters. Light Ninja sending it over to Acrylics. Acrylics on the left tunnel, going for a bit of a safe play, I believe, making his way towards the left side of Pac-Man. They're looking for the pass, but the intercept coming there from Team Vivid. They're looking to grab that disc. They're looking to send it right back to Orange side. However, Acrylics now with the disc, getting stunned off. Zoom Boy grabbing it, sending it through the midsection. Had a teammate to re-grab follow-up. However, they got stunned out for a few brief moments there, and he will be Sonic base with the end, retreating to his base, and after a few jukes on the roof, unable to send it out through that midsection. And now the intercept, the follow-up from Gravity. They're looking to find a few more points here. The stuns, the pressure is there coming from Gravity. Existent.
Ooh!
Oh my
Look
lord,
at that.
went for the shot, but Wizard yet again finding the disc and sending it.
Man. doing only what Terp can, I guess. Coughing it up, call him a burp wizard. That said, into the blue now. It's going to be another recovery potentially, but the stack actually getting slightly delayed. Alex will still be there and has maybe a nest pass, a barrier pass, but covered off by Epic. And nice coverage on the defensive line as the recovery will go. And now a clear.
It's a different disc game than what we've seen in the later half of the first round here. Both teams neck and neck at each other here in terms of, in terms of pressure, in terms of shots. It's been crazy within this second round. 6 minutes on the clock. We aren't even halfway there, ladies and gentlemen. Second round here. Vivid have taken the first one and now taking it a bit easy here. Zoomboy retreating, but now attacking, sending it off the backboard. Went for the pass. Unfortunately, the pressure was there from Gravity to kind of send that disc out through that right tunnel. And a great defensive play there from Gravity indeed. However, Zoomboy now sending it over towards the nest. Went for the pass. However, the pressure there was coming from Gravity. So I believe an intercept on that pass definitely did work out for them for Team Gravity Busters. However, the clear definitely did not, as Terp Wizard now with the disc. Working a bit of magic here, sending it towards the left side. However, the 2-on-1 situation might generate some pressure there. However, did find the pass to the right in the end. And now Wizard with the disc, sending it over to the left pole. Didn't quite find it in the end. The rebound, however, will. The shot barely off to the right. The momentum throwing it off there. And it will be Alex sending that disc to the left side, giving them a breath.
And we'll get it back. It's Existent trying to make this goal a reality before the defense recovery. But instead, it will sail right out of there as they boost back and try and get back into position. But being attacked, some big scrums not doing diddly, but they are certainly umptious and trying to recover off the wall. It will be Existent yet again, but another cut off by Epic. So defending those lanes well, you can see Gravity Busters, they keep going to the barrier, they keep going to the nest, but they are indeed cut off quite frequently.
Yeah, that's exactly what I feel like Vivid have been doing very well in terms of just pressuring the possession. And I feel like although Gravity Busters have been doing it, Vivid have I feel like they've taken advantage of a lot of those situations where that disc has been led astray due to their pressure that they've created. So I feel like maybe Gravity, they definitely have been doing well, but maybe following up on those cleared discs. Oh my lord. And Sonic Base sending in a shot from 12 meters out, 3 points, heading over to Vivid. And yeah, just as I was going to mention, Gravity, maybe they could follow up on this pressure that they're creating here. When you pressure an opponent, you force their hand and you can force a pass. And if you can follow up on that forced pass, you can definitely create a lot of situations that can work in your favor. And I feel like that's what Vivid have been able to do within these 2 rounds here. As we see Vivid now with that one shot on goal, they're looking to find yet another.
And positioning well at the backboard, calling for the pass. Doesn't get it, unfortunately, so will just be sent off. The rebound will still be there. Terp gets the recovery. Terp getting stunned. And Existent, another one. Clear that is a say. Existent getting the mitts all over that disc, it seems. Anytime it's in the mid lane, and there it is again, will be Alex and Existent. A shot just missing, but right now they're blitzing and getting blitzed instead.
An immediate snapshot might have been required there, or a reset back to his teammates there for Gravity Busters. However, it will be Vivid in the end, grabbing that disc, looking to clear it out. 3 minutes on the clock, still anybody's round here. But if Vivid do find it, they will find the game here. Clearing that disc through the right side, the bounce, making its way towards the left. That will work for the regrabs here, coming for Team Vivid. Now Sonic Base sending it to the left. It will work for their teammates here. Terp Wizard sending it into the goals. And may I say, Terp Wizard has been popping off this game.
Yeah, and doing a little bit of twirls there as well, so I gotta be careful. I know it's not Friday, but just, might eject the drinks from that league, indeed. I know a lot of the supporters in the chat there, Gilligan and what have you. Gotta be careful about those spinnies when you've been hydrating, like us casters right now. Oh, staying in it. Who was it? Terp again in the goal now. So Terp the denial as a clear. All the meanwhile goes through to the orange side.
Terp's finding the saves, he's finding the shots, and his teammates just coming along with those regrabs, pressuring that disc and just opening up so many opportunities. Ooh. Sonic sending it from the roof, and that was a great shot indeed there from Sonic Base. Vivid I feel like it's been the same case for both rounds here. Both teams been playing relatively close at hand in terms of points within the opening half of both rounds here. But Vivid just ending up just taking it away within the later half of the rounds here. 1 minute 45 left on the clock. Only 8 points, however. A series of 3-pointers here can definitely pull them back in here for Gravity Busters. So they will be looking for just that light ninja, light on his feet, finding that Dusty. and now sending it over potentially towards the bottom side, has some pressure on him. I feel like maybe a bit more communication in terms of just alerting your teammate whether they are pressured or not. I feel like they've had a lot of situations here, Gravity Busters, where they have had a man on them, but unfortunately just not finding that immediate clear or that immediate pass, and that's going to result as a negative against them here as Vivid now take possession of that disc. Sonic Base now, a floor juke, sending it towards the right side, bouncing off the pole, unfortunately unable to make it towards the teammate Zoom Boy there. And it will be Gravity Busters looking to send it out, looking to find just a few more points here, potentially get themselves back in the game here. But Alex IM sending it through that right tunnel, working against them.
Terp doing a good job covering that lane, splitting off with Sonic and Co. Zoomboy gonna open up that goal for an exposed 2 as the goalie dove out, and with that they are up by double digits and starting to really feel their rhythm, certainly, as we approach the final 30 seconds or so of this round.
Yeah, I mean, Smooth Ryden literally called it at the exact same time it happened. Terp cutting off that clear on the left side and funneling it back towards the team, finding those points. And now 25 seconds left on the clock. Vivid have found the first round, and I believe they might just find the second one here. Zoomboy with the disc has some pressure on him, finding that clear through the left tunnel, however, and it will be Vivid finding that disc yet again. Sonic Base now off the nest, went for the anchor shot, actually generating some power off that shield and pushing himself into the bubble, and just basically at light speed Sonic, that's why it's in his name, finding those ending points of the game, of the round, and Vivid taking it away 14-2.
Thank you, Base Sonic. With that, the 2-rounder taken in a sweep by Vivid. DocEducation, what's up on the sidelines?
Yeah, great game from both of these teams. Vivid, really impressive. Some amazing shots. Obviously, Terp Wizard had that mail slot, but I think it was maybe Epic who had another half quarter, or was it Sonic Base? Someone had another shot from about 25 plus meters, and there was some really nice movement using the shield and the nest area to go like 1-on-2, 1-on-3 even, and score. So just some really nice individual play. They also, if you look at their points and assists, everybody on Vivid got on the board on both points and assists, and almost everyone got saves. 2 saves for Sonic, 2 saves for Terp, and 3 for Epic. So really great defense there. For Gravity Busters, also some pretty incredible saves with 3 for Light Ninja and 2 each for Acrylics, Alex IM, and Existence. So yeah, just really great match. I'm looking forward to seeing what both of these teams do, especially Vivid. I think they should be moving up into silver soon.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That was immensely entertaining, and really impressed with the skills being shown from their teams. With that, ladies and gentlemen, quick shout out, Sir Captain Spoon, thanks for the hydration. We'll take care of that right away. Smooth Ryden also making note there, said shout out to Vivid. They started out 0-4, went 6 wins in a row to 6-4. Love to see it, and I agree. You definitely do. Didgeridoo. Hi, PAMWOW. So with that, we got another match coming up right now. Once again, already in the server, so it'll be but a moment as we get set up on the cast. Coming up next is going to be your third of 3 matches between Trash Pandas now and Forecast. So stay tuned and BRB. And I know, hydrate, yes. Okay, everybody, hello again, and welcome back. I told you we'd be quick, all up in a row. Appreciations to all the teams tonight. They've been timely and got off to a little bit of a late start just because of finding, fourth player coming in out in the first match, but still the players doing, awesome to send those invites early. Always appreciated on that note, of course, during these late casts, primetime casts and such. So whenever teams are ready to go at the scheduled start time, as these teams have been, I mean, good stuff. Just want to shout that out because I don't feel like it gets shouted out enough. But with that, we're getting ready to start again with your third match here in a row. It's going to be the Trash Pandas. It's Oliver ending, captaining here. See Savages for Forecast, the captain. And right now, at last, we got the start of the round.
And on the forecast, we got PAMWOW and Palidore. So thank you everybody in the chat for stopping by. And also earlier we had DocEducation with the analyst. So that was great to see the stopping by action coming there. So definitely a lot of great games, a lot of great casts here coming today. So yeah, definitely. And a huge shout out to everybody in the chat as well for stopping by. We are heading into this game now, and it will be Trash Pandas with the possession.
All right, so off to the midfield, off a backwards fling there, coming off in a big pile-up. Few different players from either team. Will be Scrappy Mouse coming out of that scrap, but into the orange zone off the pile. Goal a little bit exposed, covered now. One goalie out, two goalies dived, and the Gunslinger gets that first 2 points for Forecast.
Yep, Forecast taking away those first points of the round here. So now the just advantage heading over towards Trash Pandas. And yeah, I mean, they do have the just advantage here. So time to prove themselves that they aren't what their name incites. Anyway, we have Oliver ending, sending that disc towards the right side. Dill Warby sending that over towards Dark. And now Dark Paw with the disc, resetting it towards Dill. And I'm liking the passes coming in from Trash Pandas here. They're looking to set themselves up. It will be Dark now with the disc, sending it back, resetting it towards the trench. And Forecast doing well to pressure the disc here. However, these passes are just working their way around them, sending that disc inside the bubble here, back to Dark. The passes are there inside the bubble. It will be Scrappy. Went for the shot, unfortunately. Unable to find it in the end, and now that disc hovering over towards the bow tie section. The pressure there coming from Trash Pandas, attempting to pressure the Gunslinger there. However, found the clear in the end, but the regrabs are exactly on point there, finding that disc and looking to send it right back to Forecast.
And now on the floor, see Savages looking to score that. The goalies had left just momentarily, but the Gunslinger recovery getting stunned as well. Slap out from Scrappy Mouse. And into the midfield once more. A boost coming in pretty hot for Forecast, but another slap recovery will be sent to the blue. And back to the Gunslinger again, just in the right spot as a Gunslinger gets a clear that ricochets backwards.
Yep, and now we mentioned this earlier in these previous games. If you didn't see them, I feel like clearing has definitely been one of the top priorities in terms of seeing any form of change here within these games. I feel like just being able to make a clear work for yourself is definitely something you have to take into account in these games. Oh my lord, the steal off the backboard. Don't tell me it was really close there. Back and forth steals there coming from Trash Pandas and Forecast. However, it will be Dill in the end grabbing that disc and sending it towards the right now, Oliver.
All right, well, Oliver from the side will distribute it to the floor, trying to eye down maybe a pass. They did have some options, one teammate each at the shoulders, but those two are going to get linked up now and start starting their chain to see if they can recover in time, not allow any long-range flings perhaps, but a recovery is nonetheless from Scrappy again, and Scrappy gets it out.
Yep, indeed, and now looking to follow up on it. Some dubstep action, went for the backboard shot. That angle off the backboard, I did not see that one happening. I mean, for it to bounce up, I don't know. I'm not good at maths, but the math checks out. The points check out off the backboard. Dill found it in the end, finding that backboard shot for 3 points.
Yeah, nice hit. And here, because I keep forgetting, you got 2 minutes if you guys do happen to want to use your channel point vote starting now. But very nice shot. Little awkward on the dubstep disc like you mentioned, but doesn't matter because they slipstreamed it right through here on this Twitch stream. And now it's Dill Warby trying to go right back and do it maybe once again as Dark gets that recovery. Had an angle, had maybe a little bit of time, but now the defense back in goal.
That's something you have to consider, especially in high tense situations like this. I mean, it's 3-2, but I feel like you don't have to immediately go for that slap there. I feel like there needs to be a firm communication in terms of how much time you have on you. If you have any players creeping up right behind you. I mean, in fact, they did have some pressure, some form of pressure coming there on Trash Pandas
Nice shot.
from Forecast. However, there's definitely was a few seconds left before that interaction would have taken place. And it will be the save coming there from Oliver, ending that attack there coming from Forecast, and now looking to follow up.
Oliver defending and now seeing if they can get that recovery, but again, the defense back in the goal. So trying to spread this floor a little bit. Got that kind of four corners formation on the offense on the floor there, but they will lose out the disc to C Savages. And C over to Oliver again. Another recovery here, sending it over to that shoulder. There it is, that double shoulder lineup. So seeing if they can get it, but no! Shoulders being shrugged and back out from Gunslinger, gunning it out. But unfortunately, another kind of backwards rebound will open up the door here for Dill Warby and co as Dark Poor Boy gets in and tries to send it back, but more stuns. And again, some more brawls just kind of causing that disc to be loose. And yeah, kind of anyone's game. Those 50-50 brawls on the disc here, but it's still to the benefit so far of Trash Pandas, but still cannot connect quite yet on those passes, even though I do like the ideas.
Yeah, I mean, that double lineup on the shoulders there was definitely there. And unfortunately, due to some pressure coming there from Forecast, who do follow up on that clear disc there immediately with those regrabs. And that's something that I have noticed here with Forecast. Actually, no, you know what? I take it back. Trash Pandas have been doing it as well at the same amount of level. They've both been doing their regrabs at a quite an efficient level. So Forecast just utilizing it in that situation and finding those points there. And was just going to mention, Trash Pandas did find that situation with, well, they were both on those two shoulders there. However, Forecast did pressure that off the left shoulder. So he couldn't send that player off the right shoulder in towards the midsection of the bubble to kind of grab that pass right in front of the goals. That player had to actually make their way towards the left shoulder to kind of assist his teammate there who was getting pressured. And it was because of that which actually disabled that attack coming there from Trash Pandas. And it will be Forecast looking to take advantage of this situation outside the bubble, funneling it back to his teammate. It will be Kenny getting intercepted there by Oliver. Yet again, ending that attack coming from Forecast and looking to follow up here with the regrabs.
And Dill Warby with a disc, passing it over to Dark. Dark from the sky, and trying to make that stark contrast into the goal, lighting it up, and Oliver finishing it up off that pass. And yeah, 5-4, just a complete exchange of leads. 1 point here, 1 point there, but we saw that similarly in the first stream that we had earlier on. And yeah, the competition's been tight. Really, the last week and a half, 2 weeks, we've been seeing, anyone who's tuned in, we've been seeing a lot of game winners, a lot of overtimes, a lot of round threes, which is, after the first few weeks of play in any season, it's kind of what you get. So we're getting to those fun parts after that initial rush of the first weeks and the scramble for positioning. Now we're just getting these great matches over and over as that almost goes over into the goal. Wow, that was an inch off.
And the regrabs are going to be there from both teams at relatively the same time. However, Forecast able to quickly grab that disc and slap it back out. It will be Dark Poor Boy now with the disc. And looking to find a shot here, sending it over towards the right shoulder. Had some pressure on him, and it was definitely a tight angle to find that pass. So that pass not going to immediately find the teammate there. However, the regrabs will be there from Forecast now, looking to follow up on this 1v3 situation. They have the players. They have the time. Can they find the points? They will. The Gunslinger says, say hello to my little friend in those goals there. 2 points, taking back the lead.
Thought you were going to say hello to my little finger. I don't know, but he popped off it nonetheless, and they're up by 1. Although, I mean, both makes sense, just in different contexts.
I'll take it into account.
Cody Gamer, I did miss you. Good to see you. Granted, I did see you, I'm pretty positive, a couple of nights ago. I might not have said hello because things were mighty hectic on that last stream on Sunday, but good to see you. How have you been? And hopefully all you guys are doing well here today. I mean, again, great to have the support here. Been about 60 strong pretty much this entire stream for these teams. So, and it is the first stream for several of them. So it's really great to see you guys. And with that, back here to the midline on the bow tie, and actually the Pac-Man, it's Dill, right to the boot. And, well, getting stunned and kicking that one out is C Savages.
Palidore, I'm really interested on how slow they were playing from that just advantage here, and it wasn't just because they were trying to maintain possession. I feel like I believe that they were actually trying to trim that time down, so just at those last few seconds, they could find those points and take the lead and not allow any time for a joust advantage from Forecast to make their way back into the round. And if that is exactly what Trash Pandas have done, props to them. In fact, they still have maintained possession here, so props to them in regardless. But it will be Forecast in the end quickly taking away that disc, but getting intercepted there by Oliver in the midsection. Now looking to find a few points. 30 seconds left on the clock. 1 point is the difference between these two teams here. So any shot will do. Dark, poor boy, sending it off the roof. The bounce towards the nest. It will be towards Dill. And Dill taking the lead. 1 point, taking away the round. Oh my lord, Trash Pandas have done it.
That they have, and the story of that entire round was just that. The back and forth action, with neither team pulling ahead after the first couple goals by more than a point. Really, it was just... yeah, this was so very close, but with that, taking it away, indeed, were the Trash Pandas. Not to be confused for the little Trash Pandas, but definitely managing themselves well in this community. Tell me who gets that one. Anyway, 7-6. What a round. That was fun.
Yeah, I mean, what a round indeed. And definitely see everybody in the chat stopping by, showing their hype in the chat. I'm really appreciate everybody stopping by. And yeah, I mean, what a round indeed here. I mean, even taking a look at the stats again for myself, I mean, the assists have been coming across from nearly all members of Forecast, and the passes, you can definitely tell the passes have been here from both teams. I mean, we've seen so many circumstances where Trash Pandas were in that bubble and they were looking for those passes, and although not frequently, but on the rare occasion that it didn't quite work out, I feel like only time can perfect that, and over time I feel like these passes will prove to be more deadly and prove to bring a lot more points onto the board there for both teams here. So yeah, a lot of interesting stuff heading on to the first round. Trash Pandas clutching it up within the last few seconds there and taking that point lead in the final moments of that first round. So now Forecast with an opportunity potentially to take it away in the second, but Trash Pandas not looking to let go of that momentum here. So both teams heading into this second round now.
All right, and thank you to Chase for that redemption. Got some hydration in there, certainly needed it. With that, 54 viewers in the chat once again, and on the stream, glad to see it. I know the Cody and they're mentioning those channel point rewards again, getting some cash. Indeed, if you come here and support these streams and the teams being streamed, you earn some points, the channel points, and you can use those points to get some cash yourself, guaranteed. So it's a nice little relationship there, symbiotic. You know, everyone here getting a piece of the pie with that. So glad to have you guys either way on this Tuesday night. As Oliver ending, we'll be just rolling up the floor. Has one defender there, but a nice dive coming out from Sea Savages. And after a little bit of misconnections and maybe disconnections, Oliver takes it right back.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like regardless if there was any issues there or not, I feel like that still definitely would have come in regardless. I mean, that sneak up on the player there coming from Trash Pandas and sending it back to the team there will be Dark Poor Boy now, and does have some players making their way across the side here, and does send it in the end to Oliver, ending getting stunned out. However, now Forecast looking to take away the first few points here with that stun. Can they follow up on time? However, this is the question. The regrabs are on their way from Trash Pandas. Can they find it in time off the left shoulder? A bit more dubstep, but it will be Kenny in the end resetting it towards the team. And I mean, you were right, Palidore. Curse this Australian caster on the board. I mean, it must be something to do with me, but regardless, Dill sending that disc and it will work against them. However, Savages sending it towards the left shoulder. Not going to find a teammate in at the first moment, but that angle from Gunslinger finding those first 2 points. What a shot.
Yeah, good stuff there. Getting the 2 points first for their team after, again, barely losing that first round 7-6. So you always like to see when, you know, the teams can hit that mental reset between the rounds. They can get first on the scoreboard the next time around, trying to go for that round 3, as we've seen quite frequently as of late. Abchu in there saying exactly that, kind of iterating what I was saying over the last week. The games have been great. You guys are doing a great job holding up the seat. Well, you know what? It's, like I said, mutually beneficial, right? We're here to cast these great games, but that's because these players are playing great games. You see, it's like everyone wins. But here, Gunslinger trying to make a win in this round for their team with 7:40 in the second round left to go.
Yep, and that defense coming there from Trash Pandas, playing aggressive on that disc that was astray for a few moments, taking advantage of that. Now the regrabs are going to be there from both members at the same time. However, it will be Savages trying to find that clear blind, and it might work out for them as the disc does go back towards Kenny. And now Kenny with the disc, sending it through that right tunnel, working for the teammate. The double clear through that tunnel, might work for them in the end. However, the regrabs will be there from Trash Pandas. The pressure is there from Forecast. But Oliver, in the end, sending it towards that left section. And we mentioned this earlier, the clears, you have to make it work for you, or else we're just going to see a lot more points in the forecast here as they look to send it in, but the save there coming from Trash Pandas and just sending it out yet again.
Ah, poor boy. Not the one who saved it, the one who tried to get that pass. I mean, just ending, and well, there's Oliver, but ending that play with a nice boost into the goal, but that was a great dive. You love to see that kind of thing being read, and I see people mentioning in the Twitch chat, you know, seeing the improvement at every division of play. Doesn't matter from master to all the way, you know, master to bronze and anything in between. Even just seeing goalies and such, like poor boy there, being able to dive out and read discs and understand that sometimes as a goalkeeper, your job isn't just to stay in the goal. Sometimes, you know, you got to move up to meet the disc on an intercept. If there's long passes, you know, it gives you more time to cut off a cross pass. Sometimes you got to figure out how to time that and get those going. And we were seeing more and more of these players at every division really smart and prioritizing things like that.
Yeah, I mean, and if there's anything else that we can point out within these games, it's just that I feel like it's been back and forth with these clears, Palidore. I mean, I feel like regardless of which team is in the lead, all teams fall victim to it. It's just sending that disc out. I feel like in some situations, sure, if you can make it so it's delayed in a circumstance where you can follow up on it, that's great. But if you're going to send it out directly to the enemy, that is going to be a problem for you in the end, as the gunslinger puts in a few more in the goals, taking a 2-point lead.
I just shout out how wonderfully executed that play was. That was some smooth, calm, cool, collected, all of the C's. That was just, that was fantastic. They did not mess up a single pass, but again, even though the defense was collapsing on them and trying to start, you know, diving out a little bit there, they didn't get panicked. That's another thing that's in past years, you would see a ton, you know, and you still see it here and there sometimes, but I mean, on the whole, I mean, these teams know how to kind of keep the right headspace and trying to go ahead in that space in the bottom pocket, at least between two pockets. It's Gunslinger who does get themselves the 6-2 advantage.
Yeah, from the air dodge to the follow-up on that shield, the Gunslinger putting in some more points in the goals there. I mean, yeah, I mean, what? You're telling me this is bronze coming from
this one? This one, it's silver and bronze. So Trash Panda's currently bronze, Forecast currently silver. The MMRs are rounded to be the same there. So Trash Pandas are at 1140 rounded, Forecasts are at 1140 rounded. So both teams kind of in the area right on that outer edge between divisions. So in other words, I mean, this game in itself could have huge implications in terms of where these teams end the week, whether it would be silver or bronze.
Yep, and now Dark, poor boy, looking to make that team just the one that you're mentioning now, heading over into silver. And just as we've said earlier, I mean, they find that clear. They're looking to follow up on it. However, it's not going to work out for them in the end. I feel like just us, unfortunately, unable to be accurate with those regrabs. However, Forecast just playing right into their hands, sending that disc through the left section, just making it work for Trash Pandas in the end. Went for the shot, but the save there coming from Kenny. A brilliant shot, but met with a brilliant save. And now the clear, the follow-up through that right tunnel potentially.
Yeah, out there flinging into that tunnel after a great save. Also, some great patience I was seeing from Trash Pandas. It was the same thing. They had some backouts in there. They were finding the right passes, trying to get it going for a goal, but that's going to bounce off the nest. So cracking some eggs there and making an omelet, but it will be Forecast. I'll see if they can be resolvent on the defense, but no, it's going to sail right back to Scrappy. And here they go again. 3 minutes, 4-point advantage. I mean, if they don't score soon, we could be indeed looking at a momentum for Forecast at around 3.
Yep. I mean, I don't know how you did it, but you mentioned the word omelet once, and now I'm hungry. But if anything, I'm hungry for more action coming from these two teams here. I mean, the regrabs met like neck and neck here for Trash Pandas and Forecast, and the pressure is definitely there from both teams. And I mean, in terms of if you want to make it clear for it, work for yourself, pressure is definitely what comes into play in most of these situations. Nice. The Gunslinger not letting any of that pressure get to that. Getting into that play involved there. I mean, just taking the time, finding that underhand wind up and sending it towards the bottom pocket of the goals there, taking those 2 points and taking a strong lead in the second round.
Exactly, PAMWOW. And I'm going to let that sit.
Okay. All right, 1 sec. I just got to go on Uber for a second, order something. I'll be right back.
Well, Pam, hungry for some food, and right now, Trash Panda's certainly hungry for some scores. They have been kind of locked out for most of this round, only getting those 2 points after the round 1 success, barely, 7-6, so very close, but momentum certainly shifting towards Forecast. In these final 2 minutes, a score here would be very, very timely, but unable to do so, and it's more defense being shown by Forecast, and out they go into the orange zone for maybe yet another goal as it's tapped out by Dill.
And if the weather prediction is right, we might be heading into a third round here, as Trash Pandas have found the first after a last-second clutch score. Forecast looking to take away the second round here. Still 1 minute 30 left on the clock, so not entirely over here for Trash Pandas, who might be able to pull off the same thing that they did in the first round here. It will be Oliver now with the disc, sending it over towards the left. An unfortunate bounce there. Both players trying to grab that disc. It will be Dill in the end grabbing that disc, sending it over to the nest. It will be Dark now making his way under and over. Dark, poor boy, finding those 2 points, and now 4 points separating these two teams. It is not over.
Oh, that was a really, really timely hit. So yeah, that does indeed put them still within reach to maybe have another late upset in the second round. But with that, certainly trying to deny that is going to be the side of Forecast, as they decidedly go out here and send it really quick off of those stacks and stuns. Gunslinger will have it, and we'll have a little bit of time as the back line looking like broken up quite nicely, actually, by McCormick.
Yep, and now it will be Forecast looking to shut down this round here with this aggressive play here. And I did see a message in the chat here coming from Cone. If something that I've noticed here is that Trash Pandas do play that defensive approach in these games. They like to take their time and find those passes. And although it does work out for them in a lot of situations, when there's 25 seconds left on the clock and you are points down, you definitely need to be picking up the pace in some of these circumstances. And a player dropping at the final few seconds of this round, although it might not do much, it definitely might need to be resolved soon as they find that clear. In the end, Trash Pandas did find the first round, didn't find the second. Forecast doing well, performing well within the second round, and we'll be heading into the third one.
Yeah, absolutely. So great job from Forecast to come back, and Trash Pandas now maybe, as you mentioned, one of their players kind of resetting and looking to come back strong in the third round here, which yet again on stream been the running theme as of late. Again, for those who didn't also see it, maybe some of the Sunday night matches there were a couple plays that I would borderline say would have to be in contention for play of the month, if not season, in terms of clutch factors and fast reactions that turns into kind of these overtimes, game win. I don't want to be too specific, but on the other hand, there's been some exciting ones. Those Kraken games, I think on Saturday it was. It had again Iron Legends there, and Baked had a really stellar match. Like I said, if you're not tuning into these matches, you're missing out almost on a nightly basis, basically, just because of what we've been seeing.
It's probably not one of the games from the same day, but there was one clip that I saw where it definitely got me off my seat, where it was just one moment where it was the last few seconds of the game, and it had Palidore screaming, shoot it, you have to shoot it. There's only a few seconds left on the clock, and it's just games like that where it's the last second and you need to find those points.
Oh, yes.
That definitely send you a shiver down the spine. So, if you like stuff like that, stay tuned. These previous games that we've had with, M4M and Fighting Entropy, as well as Vivid and Gravity Busters, even this game, Trash Pandas and Forecast, it's all been insane and great games indeed to see, to witness, and great to cast over.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And one of those other matches, Schrodinger's Disc versus Dust Bunnies, talking about omelets earlier. I think Newton Dad was in the chat for that as well at the time. But yeah, Schrodinger's Omelet, Schrodinger's Disc versus Dust Bunnies. That one, oh boy. One of the plays / string of plays at the end. Now that one was one of the most hypest of the season so far. Like I said, super clutch.
Yep.
But yeah, the one you were talking about as well, I know that match. That one was Femboys versus... Can't remember the opponent. Might have been... Oh, never mind. Was it enough? No, I don't think it was. It was Diamond Division match, though. But it was definitely Femboys because that was their first loss of the season, which is why it's so memorable, and which is why I'm also I feel bad about bringing it up, just in case... Because I know Katz, who's on that team, frequent of the Twitch chats, and then I've brought it up a few times since then. So every time it's like a little bit of stress and bad memories I bring back when I say that. But that's okay. Anytime I go there, you guys can bring up that one time Kangarillas and Joker killed me. But and my team and my career. Anyways, so round 3 is coming up soon. I think they're waiting to get these players back in.
Like I opened Pandora's box here.
Palidore's box. Yeah.
Palidore's box. Yeah, there it is.
Oh boy. Of course, I joke.
I mean, just waiting on this reconnect coming here for Trash Panda. Yeah, all jokes here, all jokes aside. These games have been great, and it's definitely, I mean, when you have all this emotion coming in from these games, it definitely does prove, I mean, how much these games matter to everyone here that's playing them. And it's a great game indeed, and it's always great to reminisce in memories as well. And just even if if the memories doesn't involve a victory per se with your team, it's still fun to know that you did play and you did make some of those plays earlier, and it's definitely great to just take a look at those and take a look at what we're seeing now. I mean, this game has been so close that, I mean, it's just either team that comes on top. I mean, I feel like any player could come out of this game and say, yes, like that was a great game, like we had fun. It's not a game that kind of incites more negative in terms of competitiveness. It's more on the positive side, which is what I love about this sport as well. Echo, Arena, we got Trash Pandas who have taken away the first, Forecast taking away the second, and the disconnect from Forecast definitely creating a bit of stormy weather within this third round. However, hopefully a reconnect coming from both team members soon. But yeah, I mean, just wanted to just say that. I mean, good stuff coming around with this game.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mentioned some of that, having fun, sportsmanship, stuff like that. Casting some of our other new teams in this league over in OCE, the teams from Japan, or the rosters, primarily Japanese rosters. Every one of those games were casted. I actually got a chance to cast all 3 of those teams a few nights back, and the sportsmanship was great. It was fun to watch. They always give me some memorable highlight plays, and for those who see the weekly recaps that the creators team has been making, shout out to, of course, all our great league creators, especially Sphinx and Lulz there. Lulz doing a lot of the clip hunting and editing and such, doing the bulk of it there for sure, and doing a great job. But you might have seen some of those highlights in recent weeks, so definitely a fun time.
And just also taking a look there in the chat, not It's Inferno, can somebody tell me why momentum is so beneficial in this game? Honestly, momentum is one of the beautiful wonders of the world in terms of sport. I feel like momentum is just such a crazy thing, where it's like one team can just, I feel like it's either the motivation that you bring to your team once you take that lead, either it's that or the confidence you bring to your team. It has something to do in the lines of that, but momentum is just the way it shifts and turns in the game regarding of what plays are made or what happens in the game. It's just crazy, and it works. It somehow works, and it's crazy to see every time. And you can tell, the thing is, you can tell when it shifts, which is insane. I feel like it's just a play that happens in a game, but you can tell when it happens, and it's crazy. So yeah, I mean, that's as much as I can tell you in terms of my outlook on terms of momentum and how beneficial it can be to your team in a game. But yeah, I mean, it can also be cut off in terms of long breaks like we've just had now. And now a 4v3 situation, I believe, as this pause might be coming to an end relatively soon. Hopefully a reconnect for Trash Pandas relatively soon, but Forecast definitely looking strong with their 4 members.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for sure. Unfortunate, as the case may be, if they are down by a player. So with that, looking like that's the case. They did take that time out between rounds, just were not able, unfortunately, to fully field their roster back into the game. So with that lane is opened up for Sea Savages to take it 1-on-1 with that goalie, and 2 points right away to Forecast.
Yeah, I mean, Trash Pandas definitely need to be looking into buying some time for their teammate here. And if they've proven anything, Trash Pandas, they're definitely well with finding those passes and avoiding that pressure coming from Forecast. So if they can maintain that level of possession, I mean, they can definitely buy some time for their teammate to reconnect, or I mean, just allow some time to potentially get back within this game here. But the pressure here coming from Forecast, just relentless with this situation here. The regrabs are there, the stun off the players on the back line. They're looking to find a few more points here. Oliver
able to find that disc in the end, but the clear is there's just too much pressure on Trash Pandas here as all 4 members gather around the bubble and Gunslinger finds a few more points.
And just on the subject too of momentum and such, another example that you can really apply that to more than just our observations and platitudes and whatnot. Even just go look at some of the scores on the recent games, for instance, and you'll notice how often it happens where you get these matches that are good games. They do go to 3 rounds, etc., etc. But you look at some of the scores, you'll see, hey, round 1 might have been super lopsided. Then round 2, it just goes the completely opposite direction. Maybe it turns a blowout 1 round into just a very close game, or even a complete swing round for the other team in the next. And it's not as if one team suddenly got better, one got worse. It's just a case of the rhythm, as that shot a little bit off rhythm, but hitting the beat of the ding, as they will get over back to Dill, and Dill back to the blue.
Call it a drill beat, sending that disc through the right tunnel there. Now, can they follow up here is the question. Would you take a more defensive stance in this situation, or would you attempt to follow up on that disc? However, they did follow up. It did create some pressure, and that disc might work in the hands of Trash Pandas here, as now Forecast attempt to take a defensive approach, finding a juke inside that trench there, resending it towards Oliver. And now Oliver in the situation here to find a pass towards his teammate on the right side off Pac-Man. It will be Dill. Now Dill has some teammates. They're not looking to play extremely aggressive at the moment here, because they do know that they will be marked here, making their way inside the bubble. And Dill finding those points in quite a bleak situation here, taking those 2 points, even I feel like Trash Pandas, they do so well in terms of just organizing themselves and pacing themselves all the way up to the goals. They're finding those passes, and it's insane to see them finding these points here within the 3rd minute of the round here. And what a great play indeed.
And a player has now joined. It's Mr. Fancy Lizard, it looks like. So seeing if they can get back here. That was a fantastic score being shown despite being down a player for Trash Pandas. That was executed once more to perfection. Impeccable timing and, again, calculation, the calmness. Once more, going back to all the C's. But that said, right into the deep blue. C is going to be grabbed by C. Savages with a disc.
I hate how that worked out so perfectly. Regardless, it will be Forecast looking to send that out through the midsection. However, Z's Gunslinger now sending that one right through towards the orange bubble there. Trash Pandas looking to quickly grab that disc. However, the regrabs are there from Forecast to pressure that, find that stun. And now Gunslinger with the disc has some teammates on the left, sending it over towards C. Savages, the bounce off the wall. It will be Trash Pandas in the end collecting that disc and trying to send it out through the mid. Can they find the follow-up here? All members gathered in that bubble, however, getting stunned out, getting intercepted, getting interrupted by Forecast. However, it will be Dill now sending that disc, bouncing off the shield now. Can they follow up here? The regrabs will be there first from Forecast. Forecast pressured to sending that disc off towards the left side. It still will work out for them. However, now Kenny sending it over to the right towards the Gunslinger. Gunslinger sending it towards the trench. The trench will bounce it up to the roof. An unfortunate bounce, making its way back into the hands of Forecast now. And now Savages with the disc, resending it towards Double Diamond, setting themselves up for yet another shot on target.
And shot off target, but grabbed right back, and Gunslinger just reloads and explodes for the 6-2 lead.
Pandas have done so well in terms of those situations where they calm themselves and they find those passes along the sides here, and it's only due to this pressure that Forecasts have been creating, which is interrupting these plays. Yeah, as I say that, those regrabs interrupting that just advantage there and just forcing that pass immediately, working against them now as we see Savages with the disc yet again. 6 points to 2 with 5 minutes on the clock, looking to take a lead within the second half of the round, but that will be Fancy Lizard with a fancy save, sending it towards potentially the left. Took that disc and didn't clear it immediately, and that's something that you definitely can respect here coming from Fancy Lizard. When a goalie would immediately clear it in some situations, Fancy took it all the way and waited for the most optimal time to find that clear through the midsection and found it in the end. So now the regrabs are there from Forecast, looking to pressure that disc. They're looking to take a few more points to their board here, and the floor juke and the pass towards the right side.
All right, grabbed, eventually grabbed by Icy. and Gunslinger. They're both in the area there contesting. Dill Warby going to war and sends it through that tunnel once more. And back into the blue. It's going to bounce, looks like, off that wall. So now it's just a matter of the stacks trying to all get back into it. 4 players, only 1 for Trash Pandas. So with that forecast, a little bit of rush clear on that note. Definitely had some time and space, but unfortunately they give it away. So the opportunity going to be had by Scrappy and Co, but unable to get that to go just as well as another rebound to Fancy and another attempt here at offense, but another dive from Savages this time, and another cleared as well.
I mean, this is exactly what I'm mentioning here. I feel like they will find that save. They will find, like, finally grab that disc from the opposition. But immediately, like, they had 4 players in that bubble there, and clearly in a rushed manner, just clearing that disc, and it just works against them. So you need to be able to organize with your team. Hey, if I'm going to clear it towards this section, maybe I follow up with a regrab if we have all 4 members here, or maybe take a bit more time, just as we saw the Fancy Lizard do earlier, looking for a shot from outside the bubble there for Forecast, unable to find it immediately, and it will be Dill sending it through that left side now. 2 points to 6 with 3 minutes 18 on the clock. Still anybody's game here. The rounds are 1-1 now. Oliver sending it towards the left off the nest. The save coming from Icy, and that's an incredibly difficult save to make, but they found it in the end, sending it through the left.
Ooh, that was icy hot. Gotta warm up those muscles now, but still showing some good hustle on the defensive end. Has to do it once again because they get the rebound back into the blue zone. It's Scrappy Mouse from the Nugget right up to the shoulder. Dale Warby trying to get it through the second time, and they will, but has to paint that corner. It's a 2-point match here in the 3rd round. 4v4. Happy to say we've got that full roster at play and getting down to the wire. The clutch time, the crunch time.
Yeah, I mean, Dill baited that lower shot there immediately and then just quickly rotated that arm up and found that overshot, just baiting out the goalkeeper to make their way towards the lower side of that shot there. So a great play there coming from Dill, taking those 2 points now. And Trash Pandas, I mean, we talked about momentum earlier, but I honestly, momentum is non-existent within these. When I see these 2 teams playing against each other, I feel like it's anybody's game at any given moment with these 2 teams. I feel like it's, although it might seem a bit Trash Panda sided here at this moment, I mean, Forecast doing extremely well in terms of pressuring that disc and trying to grab a hold of it and finding those points that like kind of seal off this round. They do have 2 points in the lead here for Forecast, and the steal there might be able to work for them, as it will be Gunslinger grabbing a hold of that disc, trying to send it through that right tunnel. It will work out for them as the rebound does, and the clear through that right tunnel. The rebound, the regrabs will be there from Trash Pandas first, however, and now Deal with the disc. And can Pandas do that calm play that we've seen throughout this game? That pass, not going to find it immediately, forcing that clear through the left side. The regrabs aren't going to be there from Trash Pandas, as all members are relatively scattered for a few brief moments. But the 3v1 situation, forcing that clear through the left side, but the pass will work in the end for Forecast.
All right, off to the bow tie. Had a cutter there, kind of missed them. Kenny is in the area now with Dill, so Oliver ending also in the goal. Once again, the spacing, they have options for that back pass. They do go for it, immediate clear. Got to be careful. The midfielder does actually get it past. So that said, it will bounce high, and now just awaiting the return of either boosted player. Could have been either way, 50-50, but out it goes. And last minute, they really needed that goal. They still might get it yet, though, because Fancy is there at the cloud. Over to the shoulder, cut off nicely again by C Savages. That they've been playing those lanes very, very tough throughout this round, and this could be, if they can get back on the offense, some time to ice it.
Yeah, I mean, what a brilliant air dodge, followed up by a brilliant shot, but the save, the steal, nailing that shot in. Gunslinger went for it all there. And what an aggressive play there coming from Forecast. What an aggressive play coming there from Gunslinger. Found the initial shot, the save, went for the stun, grabbed it out of the hands and slammed it in the goals there. Attempting to nail the coffin on this 3rd round. Forecast might be taking it away here. I believe they will be taking it away here as Trash Pandas look to find the last few more points here, taking their time on the nest.
All right, well, with that, a few seconds left, and it's just, yeah, that's tough because that was a phenomenal save. I want to give credit to that. That was a great save at the end, but you just couldn't get rid of it, and that's always the one that kind of tears you to pieces a little in the grand context, but can't be too discouraged because of fantastic showing from Trash Pandas. But Forecast, they get it done.
Yeah, I mean, talk about getting it done. Gunslinger, 18 points to their name there. So, I mean, talk about getting it done. The points are definitely on their way from Forecast, and I mean, there was definitely no forecasting this event that we saw today. I mean, Trash Pandas have done so brilliantly well in terms of just finding those passes, finding those calm plays, and it's just organizing themselves and leading up to the goals and finding those points, which was so satisfying to watch when they pulled off those plays, especially in that 3v4 situation. They found points in a 3v4 situation. I mean, pats on the backs to the Pandas there, and Forecast just doing well in terms of pressuring until the very last second there with those regrabs. I mean, constantly, that I feel like that's what we saw here. I mean, Trash Pandas, they could have made those pass plays all game, but Forecast were just there with those regrabs, pressuring those passes and forcing their hand at a lot of those times here, which can definitely disrupt their manner of play here, Trash Pandas. So Forecast doing very well themselves there, and what a great game indeed, and seeing that in the chat as well.
Yeah, and that will do it for our streams here tonight, at least on the side of PAMWOW and I. Got a few strung together in a row, and yeah, to our great pleasure. They were all fun ones to watch, definitely. Really, really close ones over and over. Had, again, couple late game round winner. You know, even in this one, that first round was taken by Trash Pandas just at the end by a very clutch shot. But that said, gotta give credit to the reverse sweepage there being shown from Forecast. And yeah, these teams definitely, again, two more of the teams that you're expecting to have bright futures in this league. Definitely into the Silver Division. Forecast will continue to thrive and trying to rise back up the ranks here. They'll be 5-7 to conclude this night, as with Trash Pandas, they'll be 5-6. But of course, you know, would not expect you know, a losing record to stay all too long. You know, next one out, right back again. That's the beauty of the ladder system, is that every match is kind of a new one where you have a great chance to win. You know, it's just kind of whoever comes in, comes in the clutch and just gets that done. And today it was Forecast. You know, I love watching those three matches though. They're good ones. And with that, I think that's it. I'm gonna check real quick the schedule though. So one moment.
And as Palidore checks that, just taking a look in the chat here. I mean, yeah, very impressive match indeed from Oscador. And what do you think about that, Palidore?
I like the rhymes and I like the matches for sure. For sure. But let's see. Yeah, so this one is the last one we did have on Channel 2, Shinigami versus Evil. But that was about 50 minutes ago. That was casted by Dimwee, so Dimwee casting a couple on Channel 2. And yeah, I think that's about it for us here tonight, Pam. So any last words and any last shout outs in the chat that I might have missed? I don't think so.
I mean, great games this evening. If you missed any, be sure to check out the YouTube channel as well. Uploads the matches towards there. Always great to watch over, and always exciting even watching it again. I mean, we had M4M heading up against Fighting Entropy earlier, as well as Vivid and Gravity Busters, and now Forecasters and Trash Pandas. So all great teams to watch, all great games to watch.
Hey,
and
Pam.
yeah, I believe that is from me.
Well, so then tonight it was you and me. We had Doc and then Dimwee on the other channel. So we were Forecasters. All right. Well, with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching VR Master League here tonight on Channel 1 or Channel 2, whether live or in the VODs. Until next time, I've been Palidore. That's been PAMWOW. Again, thanks to DocEducation and Sir Dimwee as well for casting across this channel and number 2. And with that, be happy, be healthy, be safe, and most of all, of course, be good to each other. Please. Or else. And we'll see you again really soon.
See you later, mates.
Season 3 of VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Rebuff Reality, Asterion Products, ProTube VR, VR Cover, Fixed Gaming, and VRware.net.